Hello everybody and welcome to What's Cooking in Blackstone. I understand from my co-host here, this is our 19th.
19th
Can you imagine
show.
that? We're only 18 years old. I don't know how we did 19, but...
And we're still on. And
we're
still
on. That's right. Yes, fierce competition here. So I'm Margot Bick and
I'm Lynn Warren.
our special guest.
Matthew Ryan.
And Matthew is a detective, right? In the Woonsocket. But am I supposed to tell people that? Were you supposed to wear a mask?
You can say it, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can say it,
Okay,
yeah.
we'll say that. So we didn't have a mask, it's too hot, so he's able to do this. But I saw him at Tags and Trout, and he was telling me, actually his brothers, Peter and Kevin, were telling me about, you're a good cook and everything, and you said I make this great recipe for stuffed manicotti. Go ahead, Lynn.
The right way to say it, the Italian way to say it is manicotti.
Manicotti.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you're cutting it.
Right,
okay.
right.
Well, anyhow, we're going to make it. And Matt is all ready to go here, and Lynn is going to assist him. And so let's get going.
Okay. What we're going to do is, it's called a beef and cheese manicotti.
Say it right.
Manicotti.
Okay.
Manicotti. We've already cooked our manicotti. It's cool to the touch so we can handle it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut an onion, okay? When you're cutting an onion, you can peel it ahead of time. Try not to take this off. The reason being is when you cut the onion in half like this, okay, this recipe calls for, this is a little bit bigger onion than I prefer, but it's fine. So you just take the layer off of the onion.
Don't you hate cutting onions? I do.
Yes, I could. You'll see me balling it at any moment
Oh,
right
no.
now, okay?
Me too.
So, but the reason why you keep the piece on at the edge is that you get a better dice out of it. You keep your board nice and clean. So a serrated knife is best for cutting onion.
An onion, yeah.
Best. So now, because of this, you can just take your knife and go like this. Always guide with your fingertips or your knuckles like that. You'll never cut yourself that way. And when it starts getting fanned out, you just come and hold it on the side and like that. So now you come across with your knife like this. Be careful, you can do two if you want. And now when you dice it,
Nice little
it's
chunks.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect dice, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing with this one. You come here like this with your knife. Very easy. If you haven't done it before, go slow. I don't want anybody to cut themselves.
You're like Margot. She's good with knives.
So, and
I'm
I can
listening.
hear her behind us getting our heavy skillet ready. Okay.
Yes.
This all goes into the compost, by the way. So you can see that you have a nice, consistent cut of the onion. Okay, you get your scoop, and with that, little bit of oil in the pan right there, just to keep the onion from sticking or anything like that. So at that point, you leave the onion there, and what you want is this onion to get translucent. Probably about 5 or 6 minutes. You go, and it'll get translucent, and you go like that.
I used olive oil, right?
Always use olive oil.
First
yeah,
cold press, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You can if
We
now,
don't want to go into that. No.
if you're thinking healthy, canola oil is fine. But
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
like.
yeah, no.
I like
Olive
olive
oil's the best.
Yes, olive oil is the best. So while you're waiting for your onions to get translucent,
Yeah.
we're gonna get our garlic ready. The best way to peel garlic.
Yep, let's see it.
Just
Smack it,
Just
right?
smack
Just
it down.
smash it.
smash it down and.
They have
boom.
those little utensils. You ever see them? I don't know. I had bought one and I lost it and it never worked right anyway.
No, you know
Put
what?
it in there and you squish it. Do you have one of those, Margot?
The best thing. The
You
best
do?
thing
Oh,
I
of
found
course
is
she does. She has every gadget there is.
with your
imaginable.
hands. You know, like doing things with your hands.
I
is the best
know.
way to
It's
do
much
it,
better.
okay?
Is that it?
Yeah, you roll it.
What?
You roll it in this, and it's supposed to take the peel off.
Okay.
Oh, that's the peel. I'm talking about the other little thing you stick it into
Oh,
this
I
thing
have one of
and you
those
crush-
too. That
Of course you
does it,
do.
yeah.
Of course you do.
But he doesn't need that. He's a professional.
I know he is.
Well, I'm not a professional, but that looks a little weird, so I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. It did look weird.
Yeah. It does.
He actually has taken classes.
I know.
Yes. Yes. Johnson & Wales offers classes on Saturday mornings for like 3 or 4 hours, and I've been to a couple. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah? Big classes? How big?
About 12 people to a class.
bad. That's not bad.
I've gone to one with soup and sauces. One was cheeses, and then another one was Tuscany, which you would have loved.
Would love that.
We actually cooked the duck ragu, and they showed you how to cook an actual breast of duck.
Duck, yeah.
And then we made our own pappardelle, which I had a chance to actually make the dough myself. It was,
You did?
Yeah, it was quite the treat.
Now with dough
it
is
was
tricky
exciting.
though.
Oh, it was hard.
Yes,
you get
dough
sore.
is very tricky.
Now the garlic. When you want to use the garlic, the ends right there are
Yep.
bitter. You want to just snap those off.
Get rid of them.
That's compost too. Get rid of
rid
that.
of
You don't want to bite into that.
No.
Because it's very bitter.
It's
So
bitter.
the garlic is a little more tricky. I go like this, and I just make my slices like that.
Yep.
And when you're chopping, you keep your knife blade on the board.
Yep.
And you just
Nice and easy.
back and forth,
Oh,
back
yeah.
and forth,
Yep.
just like that.
Near the
okay?
finger.
Makes it look so easy.
I learned that at the Johnson Wales class.
That
the
way,
chef
yep.
told us, he says,
Yep.
never bring the tip of the knife off the board.
Yep.
And it just goes back and forth, back
Yeah.
and forth. And then you just come around, if you want to give it a finer chop, you just come around with your knife like this, chop
You know
that
what,
up.
Matt? I find out a lot of times when I try to do that, the stuff pops off and goes all over. How do you keep it from not doing
It does.
that?
You just keep going like this, keep it together in a pile,
Yeah.
and just keep going. And then when you're done, you plop it off, and you're done.
Now, garlic you have to be careful with too, right?
Yes.
Because you don't want it to burn.
Right.
Here.
Now, if you can get me that green bowl, see these onions are looking perfect right now, right? So what we're going to do is you're going to turn down the heat to medium. We're going to take our bowl right here, and we're going to put our hamburger. This is a half a pound of just regular ground beef. I like 80-20 because it's got a little
80-20,
bit of
yeah, a little bit
just
of
for the
fat,
fat.
right?
Yep,
Yeah.
just for the fat content. And you just put it in there. And Margot, if you can break this up for me.
I will. I can obey instructions.
Not all the time.
Now you want that to be a fine, as fine as it can be, right?
All right.
And now the trick to make sure these lumps aren't as big, and I think if you take a fork, you can take a fork and just break it
And
apart.
smash it up?
Yeah. All right. So we have our garlic, and we're going to take it, and it's going to go into this container right here. Okay. So as that meat's browning,
Now, are you putting any spices on the meat, Matt?
I generally do.
Yep.
I'll salt, but I won't pepper. I'll
Okay.
only salt it. So just as it's cooking, you just put a little salt,
How come you don't want to put pepper?
because I'm going to put pepper in the mixture after. So
Okay.
I don't want too much pepper. It might get too much.
Too hot.
But you
Too much
can't.
heat.
You want that meat salt flavored.
Flavored, yeah.
You want that meat seasoned, okay? So now we're going to take. This is going to be our cheese mixture. It's a 15-ounce container of ricotta. Cheese you can get.
You got it.
Ricotta. Whole milk is best. Don't.
No, the
that-
other, yeah.
No, you don't. This isn't a diet that
No.
we're looking for. So we put that. We put 1 cup of mozzarella cheese shredded.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, again, whole milk. And then we take about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes in. We have our garlic. We have our salt. And we're going to put our pepper in.
Okay.
And yes, we're going to do that parsley.
Got
So,
some
the
nice
best trick,
parsley here.
this calls for 2 tablespoons. And the best rule of thumb is to just take a bunch by your hand like this.
Yep.
Gauge it about that. That looks
Rip it
right.
off.
Rip it off, and that's it.
And this
That's
is this is the flat leaf one. There's
That's a
different
flat
ones,
leaf.
right?
You have the
Yeah.
curly, and
The
this is
curly-
the flat leaf.
Yep.
I like working with the flat
I
leaf
do
because
too. I like
it's-
it better.
Yeah,
To
a
me,
better
it's-
taste.
Yeah. Tastes much better.
Yep. Basically, chopping your parsley is as simple as just folding it up and in and in and in and in.
Yeah.
And then you're taking your knife again. Same concept as everything else like we do with the garlic. Just back and forth with your knife till you're at the end. Then the last few pieces, you just go like that with your knife. And you can leave it as fine, as rough as you want. I like to get it nice and fine. And we put that in the mixture. Very handy.
In here?
This
Oh,
scoop.
that thing
Yes.
is nice.
Yeah, very handy.
Margo, do you have one of those? Don't tell
I don't
me.
remember. If
As
I
you
do.
can see,
No,
I
don't
brought
think
some
I
of my
do.
own utensils because,
Yes. Well, you're used to it.
well,
very finicky.
yes, you get used to your own stuff. It's
Do
nice
I
to
turn
have.
this heat off or keep it going?
Nope,
It's
you can
all
take
brown.
it. Yep, take it off, and we'll take it off the heat mixture. We just want that to cool a little bit. You don't want to put it into this mixture right here until you're ready to pipe. So what we did all our ingredients are in here.
Yeah,
The garlic, salt, pepper,
right?
2 cheeses, Parmesan, and mozzarella, and our parsley, and our ricotta.
Good boy, you learn fast.
This mixes up very easily. It's softened, the cheese is soft, so it's completely combined. As you can see, we combined it nice and
Yeah.
all the parsley gets all through,
All
so
mashed in there, yeah.
that's ready.
Okay.
When we're done, which we can accelerate this a little bit, we're gonna put our beef mixture in.
Do you want another kind of spoon that would
Yeah.
lift that up better?
It's not completely cool to where we want, but we're just gonna put it in anyway. Yep, if you wanna just hold it right there.
All right,
Oops, I'm sorry about
that's
that.
all right. We've had worse.
We've had a lot worse.
We've had a lot worse.
A lot worse.
So,
Penny
as
will
you
get
can
that.
see, Lynn, if you wanna point out to everybody, we've already pre-cooked our things, so they're good to handle. We don't have to worry about that.
6 minutes, right?
About 6 to 7 minutes, yeah.
You don't want it
And-
too,
And what we did was we put olive oil on the
oil.
bottom so they
First-
don't stick, because pasta has a lot of starch and it'll stick.
Right.
And you want to keep them separate, because if you kept them together,
They're gonna stick.
they'll stick. And when you pull them apart, they'll just break.
Yeah.
So a little slightly undercooked, because
you're gonna bake them.
yeah, you're
Right.
gonna bake them and you want to
Right.
be able to handle. So here's our beef mixture.
So
That's-
how much, now let's tell the people, because a lot of people have said, what was in that? So the ingredients is a half a pound of ground beef,
Yep.
right?
Or,
And you
no,
use,
you know what the best thing? You can use turkey.
really?
Ground turkey, you can use ground chicken, anything
Yeah, you
of
could.
your preference that you like, you can use. So
Yep.
it's versatile.
It's versatile,
Yep.
yep. And then you got a half a cup of finely chopped onion.
Mm-hmm.
You got a container of whole milk ricotta cheese.
Yep.
1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
A half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley. 2 cloves of garlic, chopped. 1.5 teaspoons of salt. A teaspoon of ground pepper, black pepper. 3 tablespoons of olive oil, first cold pressed. Margot.
I hear it, I'm
One
listening.
8-ounce box of Manicotti pasta, and we use Barilla.
Barilla.
Because Chef Matthew and I have discussed this, that Barilla is the best.
Is the best. Unless you can make it yourself. Well,
Oh,
my
well,
wife
no.
makes a good
She
pasta,
makes her
yes.
own.
Her mother used to make pasta by hand, and
Oh,
that's the best part.
That is, but
Yes.
this is
This is
second
a
best.
good alternative, yes.
Right, but
Yep.
it's good. It tastes
Yep.
best. And 1.5 cups of marinara sauce, and a tablespoon of butter.
Wait a minute, marinara.
Marinara.
Now you notice
Something.
the 80-20 beef that we used, not a lot of
No,
fat
not a lot
came
of
off
grease.
it, which is good. You don't want too much of that in there. Okay, so now
Okay.
we have our mixture. Now, one thing I did want to tell you about the garlic. I told you guys earlier. When you chop up garlic and it gets on your hands, and that
Yes.
smell gets all over
Yes,
your hands.
yes.
When you wash your hands, you go over to your sink, and the stainless steel on your sink, you just rub your hands on the stainless steel, and it'll take the smell away.
Are you sure?
I tried.
But
tried
then your sink is going to
Gonna
stink
smell like
like
stinky
No,
garlic.
that does.
It's gonna smell like garlic, stinky
Well,
stuff.
It'll be
it's
a
better than
garlic
you than your fingers. Okay, now
All right,
That's
this
so
is a big
cool.
we are gonna pipe the ricotta mixture into the manicotti.
Manicotti.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't have a piping bag, this is the poor man's version. It's just a regular Glad.
This is wonderful.
Yes. You take your
Did
knife.
you think this up?
I saw this on another show.
You could have taken credit for it.
No, I can't. So what you do is you take your scissors and you're just looking for like a 1/2 inch or so.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Make sure we don't put, it doesn't
We
go
don't
in a
want
pan.
that in the
It's
Manicotti.
basically a hole that big,
Okay.
not very big.
Boy, that's very little.
Yes.
Less than a
He's
half
gonna-
an inch.
Yes.
gonna pipe
We're
it
gonna
in
pipe
there.
it into there.
Is it
So
going to take forever?
no, I did this recipe this morning and it took me about a half hour. So,
Margot, he's a professional.
I
So,
know, I keep forgetting.
another
knows
good
what he's
tip
doing.
is this can get messy. You turn your bag in like this, right, and open it up, and you
Oh
just
man, he has thought of everything.
take your mixture.
Matt,
have
he's-
someone else hold the other end for
Yeah.
you.
but he's thought of everything. Rolling the bag back.
That's another thing I can't
'Cause-
take credit for. I've seen it on. I
Just
watch a
take
lot of the
credit
Food Net-
for it.
Guy Fieri, I think, showed
Oh,
me
I
that.
love Guy.
I like him too.
Guy's Big Bite on a Saturday morning or something.
yeah.
He cooks up some, and he cooks from home.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's what I like about that show.
You sure you didn't learn this from big sister Paula? Because she's a good cook, too.
She is a good cook,
Paula and
yeah.
Devlin, we love you. Tommy, Paula, Harry.
Yeah, they're all excited. Okay, so now you have your mixture in your bag.
Oh, this
and
is
you
so
just,
exciting, isn't
you
it?
just tie it up like that. Now you push some of the air out. Now it's as simple as lying it down like this,
Yeah.
piping it in.
Oh my goodness.
goodness.
Now once it stops here, you want to come to the other side.
Are we putting something here?
Yep, I'm going to have you, Lynn, if you would,
Sure.
take just
Put
enough
a
to
very
cover the
light
bottom.
layer.
Yep.
It's a marinara sauce.
Marinara
no
sauce.
meat sauce,
Now-
just a marinara.
Margot's a vegetarian.
Now, go ahead, feel it.
Want me to do it?
Yep, get your
Let me
hand behind
try.
it and just
Go
press.
ahead, Margot.
Now,
Oh,
when
there
it's,
it
now
is.
stop. Now flip it over and you do the other side.
Oh, this is.
That's perfect.
This is perfect?
Yep.
Okay, you just got to get over here. Got to get
Wow,
all
Lynn,
the
you're
Now,
gonna
you just
corners.
gotta watch.
I want to try
yeah, you just
one.
gotta watch
Oh,
that
that's
your
not coming out the
bag
other
doesn't
end?
fall up the other end.
Like
Yep.
a jelly donut, when
Right.
you bite into it, it comes
Oh.
out the other
Right.
end.
That's perfect. So you're placing them down like this. They can be close. It doesn't matter. So, Lynn,
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Here
we
you
got a
go.
thingy
Oh, yeah,
here.
you're
What
gonna
is
do one,
that?
Lynn.
that's from the onion. That won't kill you. I saw it, but so you just hold it like this.
Hold it.
Get the bag and just go ahead and squeeze.
Oh, this is so cool.
You gotta hold that because
You
that'll
gotta hold
shoot.
it?
That will shoot.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, it's breaking.
That's all right. Now pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Put some more in,
Yeah.
and now stop. Now
Okay.
just turn it.
Flip it.
Yep.
Flip it.
And get the other side.
Okay,
There you go,
this
just
way.
like that. Yep.
This is, Matt, this is such a cool thing. Thank you for showing us
and-
this.
When I, like I said, this took me about a half hour to do in the morning. Once you get, I mean, I've done it so many times. I'm
Is that
used
too
to
much?
it.
Did I put too
No,
much in
that's
here?
perfect. You can feel it. It's good. You may not use all of the manicotti. We might have a couple left over. No big deal. I don't save them. It's I wouldn't save the pasta itself.
No?
But
Couldn't you think of something to put in there?
you could, yeah, you could.
What?
You know what? How about those cheese sticks?
What cheese sticks?
You know those cheese sticks that you eat with soup? They're like a stick of mozzarella. Throw that in the middle of it with some parsley. No?
I don't think so, Michael.
What you could do is you could.
No, I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good idea.
What you could do is you could cut it up into strips and
Yeah.
just throw some cheese and pasta on it, or some butter and cheese, and you could eat them actually.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
can make just
Yeah, you just
like
cut them into ring,
or little skinny linguinis.
But like when I did it this morning,
You
I
could
had
put
two
them in
left.
soup. Our camera girl, who is so
Soup?
brilliant, Ashley.
That's good.
Throw
That's
it
a
up.
good idea.
Chop it up, throw it in soup.
Now, like I was telling you, this is a.
Look at that.
It's very.
It's really neat, huh?
Now I
It's
want to make
quick.
this so bad.
But think about it. You can take these when they're cooked. I
Yeah.
can take 2 of those and put them in a container, and if I don't eat them all today, freeze them. Take
Yeah.
2 out. 2s are almost like a perfect meal. You take 2 out,
You
and
two's enough for you?
2's enough for me
Oh,
because.
it's not enough for Chip.
Yeah, but I'm having bread with mine,
Oh well, doesn't matter.
and I'm
He's not a
having.
pig.
We make our and you can ask Paula about this. We make homemade bread. it's what a
I know
difference,
Paula's
man.
a wonderful cook too.
Yes, she is.
Wonderful cook. Maybe Paula will come on the show.
I think
Maybe.
she should.
I
yeah.
think she should. Let's work on that.
Yep, I would get
She's
her.
probably
on there.
going to kill you.
Now, when
I
you
mean-
say freeze them, do you freeze them in this state, or you freeze them after they're cooked, or what do you do?
Nope, I would freeze them after they're cooked.
Oh, after.
Yep. Now, as you can see, we got 4 left,
Yeah.
Lynn, eat those.
Okay.
which we can just take all this away now,
Okay.
and now we can concentrate on this.
Oh, that was so.
Now,
Amazing.
This is as simple as when you're putting sauce over your manicotti. Some people just like to drizzle a little
Say
bit.
it right.
Manicotti. Because they like their ends to crisp up.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of crisp ends, so
No?
you just take your sauce. No, not really. Manicotti gets very tough when it gets cooked, if it dries out. So you just like to spread. Thank you. See how quick and agile she was getting in there?
Oh,
getting
you should
rid of
see
that?
how agile she. Surprised she didn't do a cartwheel in front of us.
So now our oven is preheated to 350 degrees.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're ready, I can see the big chunks of garlic in this marinara.
Oh, that's
sauce.
going to
Look
be.
at that
Isn't
chunk
that
of
going to be
Look at that.
awesome?
Oh.
That's going to be so good.
Nothing better. So you get it nice and coated.
Yep.
You
Wait
keep
a little bit over here needs some.
Oh,
you keep
Mrs. Anal,
you keep the leftover sauce.
just in case.
Just well, you know what I find, and
I like a lot
myself,
of sauce.
when it comes out of the oven, I like to put just a little bit extra sauce
Yep,
on it.
I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Cheese is,
Oh, yeah.
I
gotta
brought,
have it.
the recipe calls for 1.5 cups. No.
No.
Just get 2.5 cups
Get
because
2.5
you like to
cups,
add
yeah.
the cheese. And you don't want to smother it, but you want each one to have its own like little bed.
Now, what are you going to do with this?
Well, I'm going to show you at
Oh,
the very
okay.
end.
Oh, excuse
I
me.
can't
Here
give
she
you all my
goes
secrets.
again.
Rushing.
You want him to fire you too? The
I know.
last chef
Oh, no.
fired her.
Fired
Francois,
her.
our last chef, fired her right on air.
Right on TV.
Wow.
Right on TV.
I
She-
won't do that, so. All right, so we have put it all on there.
Wonderful.
Okay,
What
now
about that?
that's our Parmesan. There's more than
Parmesan.
I need, but Parmesan cheese to finish it off, just like that.
Could you just do mozzarella or it's not enough?
You could do mozzarella, but Parmesan cheese has that little bite to it. You know, it adds that kind of flavor.
I
mean,
like all cheeses.
Yeah, and Parmesan cheese is really, really good.
It's just really good.
So, you're ready to go.
Okay,
These
just
little
the butter.
pieces, there's no easy way to do it. See, they're already melty, but if you're gonna, when you do this, keep them in the fridge until you're ready.
Just a
Oh,
little
we could have
pat.
done that
Yep.
too, and I could
Yep.
have just gone and gotten them.
Yep, just a pat. Now this is just 1 tablespoon of butter. See, it's not gonna come out.
Use your finger. We
Yeah,
don't care.
We don't care.
You sure?
Yeah, we're good.
So you're just patting it around. The butter, you know, it just adds creaminess to your,
Oh, all right.
basically to the sauce and
And
everything.
keeps it from getting too burned or whatever.
Yeah. So that's it. We put that.
Yeah.
So there.
Look
now,
at that.
like I said, 350 oven
Yep.
for about 35 minutes. You don't need to cover it.
No?
You just put it in there, put your timer on, and
And we're
you're
going to
done.
show them. You're going to put that up here, and we're
Yep.
going to show them what comes out.
And what comes out is,
Here we go. Whoops.
Now
You know what?
for-
Actually, Matt, you take it out because
Okay.
I'm in front of the camera.
for our purposes, I put it in a tin container instead of metal container or glass container, which is preferable. Okay, the moment of truth.
Here it is. Ooh, look at
Oh,
that.
And
look
that's your
at
beef
that.
manicotti.
Oh, it smells so good. Is everybody hungry?
Does that look good?
That looks
Now,
wonderful.
You just take your spatula and you individually grab one out. Want to get a spatula
Why?
and
Why
plate?
wouldn't you just sit here and eat it right out of the pan?
Could do that.
You could.
That's
you
what I
could.
do.
Yeah. See, this is one thing she will eat. She loves pasta.
I do love pasta.
Loves pasta. Even though it has meat in it, she'll eat it. Now, how many of these does your brother-in-law Tommy eat? Like half of them?
Well, Tommy was not a big cheese guy.
No, I know.
He's
That's
come
right.
around.
Him and
He's
Fran.
come around.
Right.
Yup.
Him and Fran.
He's finally changed his tune. So
How could you resist this, though?
you gently get one
Look
out.
at that. Oh.
I have a brother who doesn't like cheese or
Who do-
cream, but he eats ice cream. But don't tell him it's got milk
Now,
in it.
like I said, 2 is the perfect meal. Paula,
That's for a normal person.
Paula's had these before, so she knows what it's like.
Yeah.
But now you add a couple of pieces of bread. Oh, she
And
makes
some salad.
And salad, yeah.
That's a good meal right there for you.
How about Brother Zing? Does he must love this.
Yes, he's
You wouldn't
had
know
these
that he ate
before.
pasta. He's this big.
No,
If he eats it as fast as he moves,
Oh
then it's just gone. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh
there
my
we have it.
God.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Look at that.
And it smells
Beef and cheese manicotti.
wonderful.
And if you want to be fancy, put a little piece of parsley here.
Yep.
Or basil.
Or a little basil would be good.
Basil.
You could take fresh basil from your garden and
Yeah,
just
and
break
just
it up.
put it
That'd
on
be
there.
perfect.
I
yep.
have
That's
that in my
wonderful.
garden.
What made, go ahead.
Obviously, if you like sauce, you put a little extra
A little
sauce.
more.
On.
Yeah.
What made you start to like cooking?
I always liked entertaining. I always liked fiddling around in the kitchen. Always watching the network shows, the Food Network shows and stuff like that.
Wow.
And cooking when your friends come over, it's a way where everybody's at the kitchen
You're
table
right.
or the counter.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
you're having fun, and it's all cooked by you. It's all you're
Yeah.
not buying stuff in the store and bringing it
Yeah,
home.
and
So,
you're right. Everyone congregates in the kitchen when
yeah,
you're there,
I mean,
and
just
it's fun.
Just the other night we did pizza on the grill.
Yeah.
You just take. You have all your condiments that you need, whatever. If you want mushrooms or black olives or
pepperoni.
turkey, pepperoni, you have it already. You just take that dough and you spread it out and you just cut it and just tear it up and throw it on the grill like that.
I have
and
problems with dough, though. I seem to, I don't know, do too much.
It doesn't stretch out.
Or I
It
just-
keeps
That's
coming
because
back.
you have to. Your dough has to be warm. It has to be room temperature.
has to
yes,
be
you can't.
warm.
You can't stretch cold dough. It won't stretch. It's just going to come right back in.
Did you
So-
take that in class? Did
No, that's something I learned on the other shows too.
You are a fountain of knowledge
what?
today.
The ear and it came back
Oh
down
my
his
God!
head.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
his face. Right.
Well,
Really?
I'd like to thank you ladies for having me on. It was a
Oh, it was
pleasure.
great
Had a
having
Thank you
you.
for coming. And he
Yep.
grew up in Blackstone,
Yes, I did.
right?
I remember him. Really, I can't remember it. Just this big one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hung around with Paula, your
Oh, all
older
right.
sister.
Yep.
We just went through the whole family thing. You forgot it.
I missed
you
two.
cut. Yeah. I'm going. Wait a minute. There's not 12. He missed a couple of sisters.
He missed a couple of
Yeah,
hatchets.
you know,
12.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
girls. Yeah, Paula was the oldest. Let's go down the line. Paula,
Paula, Pat,
Pat,
Kevin, Timmy.
Timmy.
Timmy, Shelley, Melinda, Eddie, Peter, Andy, me, Bridget, and Liz.
Wow, you got it right
got
this
this.
time. Yay,
I have
Matt.
to concentrate.
Right. Yeah. See, first time you
They
didn't
have to have a
have.
wheelbarrow when they have family
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Everybody come
What a
along
great
and have
family,
some
though. I
fun.
hung around with Paula.
Yeah.
We, you
Thank
know,
you.
yeah, we had a
Thank
great,
you.
great
Nice.
family. You're nice parents
And now
too.
we got the next generation.
Yeah.
we do.
Are you
Sebastian
teaching your
Wonderful
son how to
children.
cook?
Yes, Sebastian and Isabel are cooks right now. They
Wow.
can cook some
Sebastian,
stuff on their
girls
own.
like guys that can cook. They love it.
He's
love
smiling.
it. He's smiling. They love it. You know that's true.
Oh yes, yes, they do.
And your wife's a great cook too,
My
right?
wife's a very great cook.
Now
yes.
she cooks like specialty, like
She's from Uruguay in South America.
Wow.
She's half Italian and half Spanish, and she cooks empanadas, which is
those are wonderful.
it's
Yeah.
dough filled
Yep.
with
Yep.
hamburger and stuff. And
Like- Yes.
Yeah.
now this is one treat I'll give you for your kids if they're hungry or for you. Okay, even though this is nice and clean. You take just a regular skillet and you put that in the skillet, and you take your cheese and you put your cheese on. If it's for kids, my kids just like cheese. You take the other one, and what happens is it'll brown on the bottom of the skillet. You just get a spatula, flip it over, put it back down, and then you cut it up into triangles, and you get
Yeah.
a quesadilla.
What
It's
a-
like a grilled cheese sandwich, except
Quick.
it's made on a thing.
Right. Right.
And now the adult version, which I've cooked before, is you can add chicken, you can add marinated beef,
Yeah.
scallions, olives, anything basically that
could-
Lobster, shrimp.
lobster, shrimp, yeah.
Even fish, if you like a white,
Haddock.
fleshy
a white fish is firm enough to
Yeah,
hold up to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, that was
And
a
you can do
great
that on the
show.
grill too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you.
enlightenment.
We learned so much
Yeah,
today.
we did. It was a good
Thanks,
show.
Matt.
Thank you.
And I
very
want
much
you-
for
Love
your-
you.
I want you to try the garlic thing on the
Oh yeah.
handle. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
We will. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's about it for today. We're gonna wind it up, and I guess that's it. Anybody have anything else you want to?
Oh yes, I do have something. We have a detective here, and maybe he can
You
help
oughta
me.
run.
We can help me out. Memorial Day, I had a beautiful sign on my fence that Margot let me borrow. It was beautiful. It's like the size. It's like what, 8 by what?
Yeah, it was like the size of the island, 8
Of the
feet
island.
by 4 feet.
And
or
it said Boston Strong, and she got it when all that happened in Boston with the marathon bombers. So it has a lot of sentimental value. Well, she says, why don't you use it, to decorate your house?
'Cause the parade was going
the
by.
parade was going by my house. So I said, well, that'd be great. So I put that up on my fence. I put flags and everything. Well, it stayed 1 week, and then 2 Mondays ago, I went out somewhere and I looked on the fence, and the Boston Strong sign was gone. Snipped, and we had it secured very, very tightly. So it didn't blow away. Somebody purposely took it. So now it's personal. It's personal because it was my friend's sign, and I feel totally responsible for it, and it meant a lot to her, and it did cost a lot of money. And anyway, I posted these wanted signs all over town. It says, wanted, the person who stole the Boston Strong sign from 48 Mendon Street. And I just want information. If you know anybody, I will not press charges. I just want the sign back. Put it in my front porch or front yard or whatever. I'd appreciate it.
The great Blackstone Police Department will find you if you don't.
They'll find, if they don't, I will, and Detective Matt will. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the summer type thing. Take care. Bye-bye.